What is up, guys? It's Gene here, and here we are going to talk about the cards that are rotating when Starforge Legends gets rotated out with the new upcoming set. Even though we don't know when the new upcoming set is, it's most likely going to be the end of the month or start next month. But when that set comes around, Starforge Legends rotates out, and that means a lot of cards are going to go all the way to the unlimited format. So here we're going to talk about, first of all, the neutral cards that are getting rotated out. First, I'm only going to show the cards that are going to be the most impactful that are rotating out. So here we only have Pure-Hearted Singer and Staircase to Paradise. Staircase to Paradise was a very reliable card for minion-heavy decks to basically just draw any 3 minions from your deck at random, which is pretty good. Pure-Hearted Singer was a staple in most decks. 3-drop, draws 2 cards, is a body. That's pretty sad that's leaving. We have to find out a replacement for Pure Hearted later in the future. Hopefully they'll give something else in the next set. Forcecraft is losing 3 very key cards and 1 card that was played a lot back in the day. First of all, Imperia was played a lot back in the day for the aggro Forcecraft archetype. Ever since it got nerfed, it was played much less, and it has not seen play that often nowadays, but it's still very impactful because since the other 3 cards are losing, we need some other cards to replace them with, and Imperial would have been a great card, but it's also getting rotated. And the second card we're losing is Airbound Barrage. Great card for adding up the cards played per turn count, as well as a very good removal spell. We're losing Elf Song. It's a great card buffing your entire board for only 2 mana. Yeah, Elf Song is much better than Lily in my opinion because it doesn't fill up a board slot, and as well it gives you 2 more fairies so you can keep comboing off later. And we're losing a big part in Cassiopeia. Is one of the main ways Forest has to board clear, since we lost Will the Forest a long time ago, and now we're going to lose the creature version of Will the Forest. It's going to be pretty hard for Forest to have a board clear now. For Haven, we have Red Hot Boots, Taurus the Great, Globe, and Aether. Aether was a very reliable card to get cards from your deck onto the board. Usually you get Tenko out when you play Aether, and it helps you with your Shrine plays. Losing Global Store is huge. Since we lost the one mana Countdown Amulet, Sacred Plea, we needed another one to replace it. Globe was the amazing card that replaced Sacred Plea, but with Starforge Legend getting rotated out, we're losing Globe, so the deck loses a lot of consistency. Taurus was played when we played a lot of Storm Haven and a lot of aggro versions of Haven. It's not that much impactful that it's leaving, but it's huge enough to warrant a spot on the list. And as well as we're losing Red Hot Boots, another reliable way of early removal. But ever since we got Moriah, this card's seeing less and less play, but still is very impactful. It's leaving. Next for Shadow, losing 3 very key cards. We're losing Belinus, Ceres, and Eldralphus. Belinus and Eldralphus are the 2-drops in almost every Shadowcraft deck in rotation. Ceres has been seeing less play, but is still a very good card, and is also one of my personal favorites. It's sad to see that it's going, because in Unlimited you never see Ceres. You do see Belinus, Eldralphus in Unlimited, but you don't see Ceres. So yeah. Dragon's not losing that much, but it is losing. The one card that it does matter that they're losing is one of their best cards in rotation. PDK is being rotated out, thank God, because that's usually what I see on the ladder. Usually that or ramp. I just want to see just less Dragoncraft on ladder because that's all I see. This means it's literally shutting down a whole archetype in rotation. I still think it'll still see play in Unlimited because it's very good as what it is, but it will not do better than what we have right now, which is the aggro Dragoncraft. Avowed Strike, I just wanted to put something else on the list as well for Dragoncraft. This card was seeing play a couple times as just a good spot removal, but is not that impactful still. Next we have Blood. They're losing 5 key cards. One being Benefam Medusa, Snarling Chains, Jormungand, Scorpius, and Ram. Medusa is being played right now in more of a Serpent aggro type of Blood deck, and that deck has not been seeing that much play as of recently, but it is the only deck I has been seeing play in. But it's also like a lot of people's favorite cards because, you know, it's Medusa. Jormungand, so the whole archetype's just getting stuck in limited. We are not going to see that archetype anymore in rotation, which, to be fair, I'd rather see Jormungand than what we have right now, because Blood is just Darkfeast Bat, and that's it. And the other 3 are very key cards in the Darkfeast Bat deck as well. Snarling Chains, great removal, also damages your leader. Scorpius helps you accelerate to Omen of Lust, 7 hits to face, and accelerates your Darkfeast blood count. And Demonic Ram helps you heal while also taking damage. So basically, Darkfeast Bat is just getting nerfed as well with just this one rotation, which is, in my opinion, a good step in the right direction. Next we have Rune, which is one of 2 classes that are getting hit the biggest in this coming rotation, because literally one of their best archetypes is getting fully rotated out. So first off, we have Magic Owl, helps you spell boost very easily. It helps you get to your big win cons. Starseers and Carl and Concentration. Concentration was a decent draw spell, but we have Fate's Hand now again, and we still have Insights and Magic Missiles, so it's not that huge, but it was still being played a lot. Carl and Starseers were needed in any Earthright synergistic decks. Carl not as much, but Starseers a lot, because it helps you just basically a 0 mana draw spell. Chain of Calling was played recently in the Mysteria decks as a way of searching your key Mysteria cards, because the only creatures you play are Anne, Greya, Miranda, and the 2-drop that searches for other Mysteria cards, so it helps with that. And the biggest hit is Giant Chimera, which is huge, because that means we don't have to worry about spell boosting decks in rotation unless they release some other spell boost card. But it has to be as good as Giant Chimera or as good as Dimensional Shift. Please, God, no, don't do that. That just sounds terrible. And finally, the last class to get hit the biggest is Sword. Swordcraft loses Cahulin, Juliet, Lux, Perseus, Roundtable, and Mars. All these cards were played in Sword at one point and are still being played in Sword as of today. Cahulin, great 2-draw with Rush, great getting it off Arthur. Juliet, amazing with Roundtable. Roundtable just gets you like 2 Juliets, or like Mars and Juliet, and you just aggro your opponent down. Lux was being played as of recently just to search off your big commanders like Latham. Where's he, soldier? And Perseus, it's just a great 1-drop. If you have more creatures on the board, you could evolve him and becomes a 4/4 with Ward. It's pretty good. And like I said, Mars was an amazing 3-drop. It was uncontested because Mars on 3, then you play the 4-drop that when you evolve it, you get 2 1/2s. They all get buffed, and you're basically in a winning position at that point, unless your opponent has something like a board clear or something like that. And that's pretty much it. I'd like to know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think about this rotation? Are there any cards I missed? Please leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and Gene out.